With public hearings set to begin tomorrow in the impeachment inquiry, top Republicans have issued a memo outlining key points of evidence in defense of President Trump. This as the battle over witnesses continues on Capitol Hill. Let's bring in Congressman Andy Biggs, member of the House Judiciary Committee and chairman of the House Freedom Caucus. Thank you so much for talking to us this morning. Maybe you could kind of lay it out for us. What is the GOP playbook for tomorrow?
Well, what you want to do is you want to deal with the witnesses where they sit. Are they biased? What's their credibility? Things that we've seen in the transcripts from the previous hearings, you want to lay that out. Second thing you want to do is you want to attack the allegations that they're making, the specifics, because there's problems with everything they're saying, and they're not credible witnesses. So then that leads you to the third thing. Do they have biases against this president or against this administration? And all those will be on display Wednesday and Friday as these witnesses come in.
Okay, and when you mention bias, one has to think of the whistleblower, because the whistleblower is known to be a Democrat and an anti-Trumper, and so there you have the bias you're talking about. I want to talk about this memo that Republicans have issued, laying out the strategy to defend President Trump ahead of the start of impeachment hearings to the public. I want to read part of it. The fact-finding is all unclassified, so the closed-door process is purely for information control. This arrangement has allowed Chairman Schiff, who has already publicly fabricated evidence and misled Americans about his interactions with the anonymous whistleblower, to selectively leak cherry-picked information to help paint misleading public narratives. What is the strategy if the Democrats don't allow Republicans and their witnesses?
Well, I mean, we're going to continue with that narrative. I mean, the reality is Mr. Schiff has already said that he's not going to let the witnesses on Devin Nunes's list come in, and we've put together a list of witnesses that we think should come in. And he's not going to let these witnesses come in to defend the president. He's going to continue to try to control everything, and that's the major problem with the process here. It's not a fair process. It's not due process. It's Adam Schiff's process and Nancy Pelosi's process. And if you do it that way, then I think they're in a dangerous situation by opening this thing up, because the whole world will now see Adam Schiff try to control everything, and that's not good for the Democrats.
I want to talk about the closed-door process. Of course, there are 3 committees leading the interviews. Out of the 432 total members of the House, 103 members sit on the House Intelligence, Foreign Affairs, and Oversight Committees, of which 47 members are Republicans, okay? So there are Republicans in these meetings. The question, though, is, what do you believe that those Republicans have, access to? Have they been given a fair shake at transparency, even behind closed doors?
Well, the answer is no, and we know that from looking at the transcripts. First of all, they didn't get the transcripts. If they wanted to see the transcripts, they had to be 1 or 2 specially anointed people. Then they had to have a Democrat sitting next to them. Those transcripts were delayed. The testimony, if you read some of the testimony, you'll find Adam Schiff actually objecting to the question, and then he's the finder of law, so he says, basically, I sustain my objection, you're not going to get to ask that. Other times, he's actually interjecting and clarifying witness testimony that he found objectionable.
Speaking of transparency, here's what the president tweeted about that yesterday, as far as his transparency anyway. In order to continue being the most transparent president in history, I will be releasing sometime this week the transcript of the first and therefore the most important phone call I had with the president of Ukraine. I am sure you will find it tantalizing. Do you want to hear that first phone call, and do you think that it'll clear up any loose ends?
I'd like to hear that phone call, see that transcript. I think, for me, it would clear some loose ends, maybe for the public, but not for the Democrats. I don't think anything's going to try to will derail them from the impeachment effort that they're on.
All right, Congressman Andy Biggs, great to see you as always. Thank you.
Thanks, Julie.